What's going on, everybody? It's Ro from Green Life Stocks. Thank you for stopping by on today. Today, we want to talk about charts. All right. I have my notes here so I don't forget anything. I have been so busy, you guys, with trying to get out and promote my newest book, which is called Ro's KetoLicious Dessert. So that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. But I'm here today to go over how to go ahead and get your chart set up. All right. So we're going to talk about what a chart is. We're going to talk about how it works. And I'm also going to give you a visual of it as well. A chart is a way to measure price movement over time. So how it works is by displaying data that creates patterns over time. So there are like 6 things that most traders would have on their chart to make sure that they're making the best moves. One is moving averages. You have your RSI, MACD, your time frame, you have your different indicators and studies. And so all of those are there to help you to get in and out with ease and with some sort of historical information or guidance that you will be able to use to be able to make the best informed decisions on when you believe that stock may move up or down, or however you're trying to play it. You'll have some information that you can use. Okay, so a time frame. Times are very important because you need to have it set where you would be able to actually manage it. If you are working, a 5-minute, 2-minute, 1-minute time frame is probably not going to be for you. That would be more so for a person who's home or just have that time on their hands to actually watch the charts. If you are working, you may want to consider doing something like a 15-minute, 30-minute, maybe 1 hour time frame on into, just swing trading. I mean, holding it overnight or for a certain period of time. So the time frame that you choose, that's totally up to you. Then you have your RSI. This is an overbought, oversold indicator. You have most people use that when they see a stock is, say, oversold. It means that it's gone down in value. They may use that as a time to actually get in and then ride it all the way back up to wherever it's going before it looks as though it's wanting to make a turn and go back the other way and then get out. So that's briefly what an RSI does. The MACD is really good to use with the RSI and the other indicators because to me, it gives you a better chance of getting in at the right time and getting out at the right time, especially when it's combined with another indicator. You have your studies, things that you can put on your chart, like support and resistance. That is like one of the biggest. I mean, you really need to find an area of support and an area of resistance so that you would kind of know when maybe that stock has reached its limit and it may be getting ready to come back down and find support again, and then rinse and repeat, get in, you take it back up. So all of these things, they really help, and they make a really big difference in your trading. The last one is the one that I love the most, and that is my moving averages. Now you have people that use all sorts of moving averages. The 9 is popular, the 50 is popular, 13, 48, the 200. It really just depends on what it is that you are trying to accomplish. And I would suggest that you even go in and begin to understand these things and how they work and figure out how they can work for you to give you a leg up in the market. All right, so what I want to do right now is go ahead and give you a visual. I'm going to be using the Weeble chart for many reasons. And, they even have definitions to a lot of the things that you may be looking for when you get ready to go in and actually do your trading. So I'm going to go ahead, get ready to share my screen with you. I'm going to be pulling up the Weevil chart right about now. I'm going to move myself down here a little bit. Okay, so this is the Weevil chart, and what you want to do is come in here when you get ready to set up your indicators. You're going to click here, and you see where indicators popped up. And then if you're wanting to edit some that you already have on your chart, you would just come right here. So what you want to do is you want to open up the chart or open up the platform, and you want to come here and you see it pulled up indicators. You want to come over here and click indicators. And at this point, you can go in and you can find those that you are actually looking for. Now, the ones that I have on my chart, again, are my moving averages. And you could even have the exponential moving averages, which is I choose to use. A lot of people go with the moving averages because they feel as though you're not getting faked out as much. I've heard many say whenever you are going to get in and get out, but that will depend on whatever it is that you're trying to do. So I have VWAP. I'm not going to go over that today. I have my MACD, as you can see, highlighted, and I have my RSI on my chart. So I go in here, click on indicators, and I make my choices, and boom, it puts it on your chart. Okay. And if you ever wanted to just close all of these up, you could hit that arrow and it'll show that you have 3 indicators or studies here on your chart, and that'll clear some space for you, because one thing I don't like is a cluttered chart. Then you can click on the down arrow, and it will actually open everything back up. So I'm going to put my moving averages back on the chart by clicking there. And you see I have my 13, which is in green, my 48, and my 200. Now, the idea with the moving average is to go in and when you see a crossover, like it crossed right here, most people got in when this crossover took place, most likely on this candle. And they usually will stay in until it comes up, it hits a resistance point. That's what this line is. I've already got it drawn out. And again, we'll get around to some of these other studies, but go in and check out support and resistance. And I have my support here, my resistance here. When it comes up and it hits 1160, if I was in this, I would go ahead and get out, because, if it don't show me that it's trying to move past that, then, there's some resistance there. It may even stop at this 200 resistance. And, I may decide, okay, once it hits here, because I clearly can see that the 200 has been serving as a resistance level for quite some time. It's not crossing it. It came up, it touched here, and it just didn't cross. So that's how you would use your support and resistance, and get your moving averages on the chart. So I'm not really trying to go into a lot of the details. I'm just trying to show you how to set your chart up, what to put on it, and then we will begin to go over a lot of these other studies. The other thing I have here is my MACD. I mentioned that to you, and the thing you could do here is drag that so you can really get a good look at it. You have your signal, your MACD line, and then you have your signal line, which is letting you know when to cross over, and or which is letting you know when a stock is most likely about to move in an uptrend, as well as it crossing back down to move in a downtrend. Now, I noticed today, let's see here, make sure I got it on daily. All right, on today, this actually crossed up here, and you see when it crossed up, you started to see green. Okay, it was headed up, and you could use this in conjunction with your moving average. You have the 13 here, which is starting to cross over, as well as you have a histogram here that is color coded to show you when the stock is moving up, and when it could possibly be getting ready to move back down. But anyway, you would go in under indicators, you guys, and put these different things on your chart so you can have better historical information and technical analysis of these different securities, stocks, and make better decisions, and you can use better judgment by having that information. Yeah, RSI, same thing. You see it took a dip here. A person that, wanted to maybe catch the ride back up could have seen that, it pulled back here, and this is pretty much where it's been pulling back to. This is, I would consider, a support area. And I would think, in my mind, this is most likely going to bounce, and it's going to begin to head back up. You can see this this number on the side over here that is going up and down as I move my cursor. That is showing you overbought, oversold numbers. When it hits about right there at 30, 30 is an indication that it is actually undervalued at that time, or is moving below value. And that is a good time to get in for most people if you are trying to especially get in to have this security for an investment in your portfolio, or maybe you're trying to get in because you want to catch it back up in a trade and make profits on the way up. You could also make profits on the way down. That's a whole nother topic and subject, because now we're talking about shorting stocks and getting into our options, and we're not talking about that today. We're basically going in and showing you what a chart look like. Look, y'all, don't be afraid of these charts. These charts are here to to help you get used to looking at them in the mornings, especially when I'm in my Thinkorswim platform. Those flashing lights and everything is just going look like haywire. But when you go in and you know what it is that you're looking for and what you're trying to do, then that should not be a problem. Okay, so this is how you go in and you set your chart up in Webull. Of course, every platform is a little bit different, but I promise you most of the indicators are going to be basically the same, and they're going to function pretty much the same. And so we are done, you guys. That's as easy as that. Going in and setting up, and just kind of watching. The thing that I wanted to also touch on here is your time frame. All right, so I have really begun to fall in love with the 15-minute time frame, because it gives me a chance to look at the stock and actually see what the stock is doing, especially first thing in the mornings. I used to get in on the 2-minute, 1-minute charts, boom, jump in right away. And sometimes it went in my favor, and a lot of times it didn't, because I really didn't know what direction the market was going to take that day. So it's important to kind of even know what the market is doing. Go in and check things out like the CNBC pre-market. They have really good layouts there of what's trending, what's not, what's hot, what's moving, the movers, and you can kind of like pick stocks from there if you don't have any in particular that you've already set. I have, my picks over here that I may want to look into. And so I try to keep me what I call my top picks. I'll go in whatever I'm looking at for the day. That's what I'll have in this particular watch list. There are other watch lists that I have, like just stuff that means something to you. It may not mean anything to anybody else, but when I go in and I click, these are stocks with certain setups that I like, and I could go in and execute, see what they're doing. If I see one is doing what I want it to do, I'll go ahead and I'll take a position, little penny stocks here, there, watch list, stuff that I have on my watch list that I'm just looking to get into. It really depends on how you want to set these different lists up. You could put in as many as you want. We're not in here to go over all of that, but this is how you set up a chart. Simple as that. You put those indicators on there that you need, whatever studies you need, the time frame. You could change it. You could go 30 minutes, 1 hour. You could go a day, a week, a month, a whole year. It just really depends on what you're doing. All right. So you guys, I want to leave it right there. I wanted to come in and let you know that I have not gone anywhere. I'm still here. I have been working on so much, you guys, and I was so happy to be able to get my new cookbook out, Rose KetoLicious Desserts. I will put a link down below. Go check it out, you guys. I promise you will not be disappointed. And don't forget to grab you a copy of that guide. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Click like if you like the content and the material, and post me a comment down there letting me know what it is that you would like to see in the future. And I will see to it that I do my best to get you some information out about it. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there. Peace and blessings to y'all. And I will catch you on my next video. One love. I am out. All right.